Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really plunging into the heart of how software gets built and delivered. We're talking about the software development lifecycle, the SDLC,
That's right.
and our focus. It's how DevOps principles and practices don't just, touch, but fundamentally empower every single stage of that journey.
Yeah, it's not just an add-on at the end.
Exactly. We've pulled together insights from a really fantastic series of excerpts called Devops, Empowering the Software Development Lifecycle. And our mission today is pretty simple. We want to unpack the crucial role DevOps plays, right from that first spark of an idea, all the way to a system running smoothly out there in the wild.
From concept to care, essentially.
Nicely put. We want to give you a comprehensive understanding of how this makes software development more efficient, more reliable, and frankly, just a lot more user-friendly. So have you ever wondered how software goes from just a raw idea to something you use every day?
Yeah.
And, why some companies seem to release new features almost effortlessly while others seem to struggle.
And that's exactly what DevOps tackles head on. Because historically, software development often felt like a series of disconnected handoffs.
Right, the throwing it over the wall problem.
Precisely. Dev teams coding, then chucking it over a wall to ops teams, and that led to all sorts of late-stage issues, blame games, slow delivery. It was frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So this deep dive, we're going to reveal how DevOps acts like this continuous unifying thread. It weaves through and improves each phase, getting rid of those old challenges and building something much more cohesive and agile.
Okay, let's unpack that journey then. Imagine you're planning to build a house.
Okay.
You don't just decide, oh, I want 3 bedrooms. You think about heating, plumbing, wiring right from the start.
Sure, the infrastructure.
Exactly. That's kind of like the requirements phase in software. It's that initial blueprint stage. You're defining what you want to build, what it needs to do, and importantly, how it's actually going to run. So how does DevOps, which people sometimes think of as coming in later, actually get involved right here at this very early blueprint stage?
That's really where the shift begins. DevOps injects that operational foresight right from the get-go. What's fascinating here and really insightful from the source material is that DevOps brings operational considerations into the conversation immediately.
So not just what to build, but how it will live in the real world.
Precisely. Take early architectural decisions, like choosing between a monolith, one big application, or microservices, lots of smaller independent parts. That's not just a developer's choice anymore. DevOps brings crucial insights. What's the operational overhead? What about deployment complexity? How does each choice affect scalability?
Okay, so practicalities.
Real-world practicalities. Or, say, the product absolutely needs zero downtime. DevOps might step in right then and say, okay, we should plan for blue-green deployments where you have 2 identical setups and switch traffic.
Right, switch over instead of downtime.
Exactly. Or maybe using Kubernetes with rolling updates. These aren't afterthoughts. They're discussed during requirements.
So it ensures the plan isn't just buildable,
But also deployable, monitorable, and scalable. It has to work in production. And this proactive approach, it's the real shortcut. It means fewer surprises, fewer costly rewrites later, and ultimately smoother launches.
That makes so much sense, like designing for future maintenance before you even lay the first brick. Okay, so requirements are clear. We have the blueprint. Now, your ideas start getting structure, right? Like that architect's draft for the house. Where do the walls go? The wiring, the plumbing.
The design phase.
Exactly, the design phase for software, planning the architecture, the workflows, the APIs, databases, all that foundational stuff. How does DevOps influence these architectural decisions?
Well, connecting this to the bigger picture, this is where DevOps really champions what's often called design for deployment.
Design for deployment, okay.
It basically means you're explicitly designing the system so it will work smoothly and efficiently once it's actually running live in production, not just in a lab somewhere.
Got it.
So core concepts, things like infrastructure as code.
Right, treating infrastructure like software.
Exactly. Treating your server configurations, your networks, like code you version and automate, that and containerization, packaging everything up neatly.
Like Docker.
Like Docker, yeah. And setting up CI/CD pipelines, that's continuous integration and continuous delivery. These aren't just tools you bolt on later. They're integrated into the design itself. The system is designed knowing it will be built, tested, and deployed this way.
So deployment isn't an afterthought.
It's baked in, absolutely baked into the DNA of the application right from day one.
Okay, blueprint's done, design's solid, now it's construction day. Hammers swinging, brick stacking, building the house. building the house. This is the implementation phase for software writing the actual code. Now, I imagine this is where DevOps really streamlines things for the developers doing the hands-on work.
Yeah.
How does it make that part smoother?
Oh, absolutely. This is a huge benefit area. DevOps aids implementation by providing a really streamlined, automated development environment.
Okay, what does that look like in practice?
Well, think about tools like Git for really robust version control, so everyone knows who changed what and can roll back easily. Add automated code review pipelines, making sure code quality is high and knowledge gets shared. And critically, container-based dev setups.
So everyone's working in the same kind of environment.
Exactly. Identical, isolated development environments that perfectly mirror production. So you kill those awful, well, it works on my machine problem.
The classic excuse.
It vanishes. Because everyone's machine is effectively the same, thanks to containers. Engineers can just build, test, and integrate their code rapidly, reliably, without constantly stepping on each other's toes or fighting the tools.
So the overall impact.
It makes implementation incredibly collaborative, repeatable, and much, much safer. Teams can actually focus on writing great features, not wrestling with setup or integration hell.
That sounds like a developer's dream, honestly. Okay, so the software house is taking shape, code's being written. Now it's time for testing. The inspection phase, right? Finding cracks before anyone moves in.
Quality control.
Yeah, think of inspectors checking doors, pipes, wiring. What's DevOps' role here? Because testing can often be a real bottleneck. How does it transform this phase?
This brings us to a really crucial point. How do you ensure quality efficiently, but also continuously? The old way was often a big testing phase at the end, which slowed everything down.
Right, the testing gate.
Exactly. DevOps completely transforms this by embedding automated testing pipelines directly into the development workflow. It's not just about running tests at the end, things like unit tests, checking small code pieces, integration tests, seeing how pieces work together, even security scans. They run
Continuously. Like every time code is checked in.
Pretty much, yeah. As part of that CI/CD pipeline we mentioned. So you catch bugs literally as they're introduced or very shortly after.
Wow, okay.
And you use powerful tools for this, like Selenium for automatically testing web interfaces, or maybe Postman for testing APIs. The result, you catch issues earlier, faster, when they're cheaper and easier to fix.
So testing isn't that dreaded late-stage bottleneck anymore.
Not at all. It becomes a proactive, always-on safety net that's built right into the pipeline. It gives teams immediate feedback constantly.
All right, so the software house is built. It's inspected through continuous testing. Now it's time for deployment, the big launch, or, as our source material calls it, the housewarming party.
Yeah, moving in day.
This is the moment of truth,
Right.
It used to be so nerve-wracking. How does DevOps make this critical step, which could involve downtime, stress, all-nighters? How does it make it safe and, ideally, incredibly fast?
This is where DevOps really, really shines in terms of minimizing risk and maximizing speed. With DevOps, deployment becomes, well, safe, fast, and crucially, reversible.
Reversible. That sounds important.
Hugely important. Things will occasionally go wrong. Being able to undo a deployment quickly is key. So you use automation tools, platforms like Jenkins, Argo CD, or maybe GitHub Actions. These orchestrate the entire deployment process.
Takes the manual error out of it.
Exactly. And they enable sophisticated deployment strategies. We mentioned blue-green deployments earlier, that instant switch. There's also canary releases.
Canary releases,
Yeah.
like the canary in the coal mine.
Kind of, yeah. You release the new version to just a small subset of users first. You watch carefully. If everything looks good, you gradually roll it out to more and more users. If something's wrong, you only affected a small group, and you can roll back easily.
Ah, very clever. Lowers the blast radius.
Precisely. These strategies, combined with robust rollback capabilities, mean that downtime becomes rare. And teams, well, they can confidently ship new features or fixes multiple times a day, not just once every few weeks or months.
Multiple times a day.
Yeah. Imagine the confidence that brings to a team. Knowing you can release constantly without that constant fear of catastrophic failure, it completely changes the game, changes the risk profile.
That level of agility and confidence is, well, it's truly game-changing. Okay, finally, the house is built, deployed, people are living in it, using the software, but it still needs maintenance, right?
Always.
Pipes leak, lights need changing, maybe you want an extension. In software, this is ongoing care. Bug fixes, performance tweaks, system updates. How does DevOps ensure smooth, efficient, ongoing operation after the big launch?
Yeah, because the job isn't done when you deploy. DevOps ensures you're always ready for whatever comes up next. It helps shift the mindset from reactive firefighting,
Running around putting out fires?
exactly, to proactive observation and readiness. You use sophisticated monitoring tools, things like Prometheus or Datadog. These collect and visualize tons of performance metrics in real time.
So you see problems starting before users complain.
That's the goal. You catch issues early, sometimes before they even impact users. This monitoring is coupled with robust logging, recording what the system is doing, alerting, getting notified when things go wrong, and structured on-call practices so the right people can respond fast when needed.
And fixing things.
Through automation, even critical fixes can often be developed, tested, and shipped safely in minutes or hours, not days, which dramatically reduces the impact of any problem and ensures continuous, reliable service.
What an incredible journey we've taken, really. We've gone from that initial blueprint, the requirements,
Rah.
all the way through design, implementation, testing, deployment, and now the ongoing care of maintenance. And it's clear DevOps isn't just one phase, is it?
Not at all.
It's like this foundational philosophy, a continuous collaborative approach that weaves through every single stage of the SDLC. It's all about efficiency, reliability, faster delivery.
It connects everything.
It really does. Hopefully for you listening, this gives you a shortcut to understanding this holistic approach to building better software.
And that transformation, it leads us to a really compelling question, I think. If every part of the SDLC is now so seamlessly connected and largely automated thanks to these DevOps principles, what new innovations become possible?
Interesting. What do you mean?
Well, when all that traditional technical friction, the deployment headaches, the late-stage bug hunts, the environment mismatches when that's almost entirely removed or at least massively reduced,
Right.
what happens when teams can shift their focus almost entirely away from just managing the process and onto creatively solving user problems? What becomes possible then?
So freeing up brain power for actual innovation.
Exactly. And it also fosters this amazing culture of continuous learning. The feedback loops from idea to production and back are so much tighter now, driving constant improvement.
That's a powerful thought. It really makes you consider the potential. What comes next? If the how of building software becomes so streamlined, maybe the real frontier is the what and the why.
Oh.
Solving problems we haven't even tackled yet. Well, we hope this deep dive has given you, our listeners, a clearer, maybe more profound picture of how DevOps isn't just some buzzword, but a really transformative force in the world of software.
Keep exploring.
Definitely. Keep exploring these concepts. There's always more to learn. Thanks for joining us in the deep dive.